let's take a look at some rapid-fire news.
In Asia, fighting has erupted along the border between Thailand and Cambodia.
The conflict escalated Thursday after 6 people were killed at a gas station in Thailand's Sisaket province. Thick smoke was seen billowing from a gas station as firefighters worked to put it out. On Friday, Thailand's military fired artillery towards Cambodia from a border town.
We're getting more updates as more information comes out.
Both sides blame each other for starting the conflict.
This was 8 hours ago. And oh yeah, we got this guy too. Yeah, right. Oh wait, no, not this one.
All right, now.
Oh, here it is. They're loading up some artillery. There's a border dispute. Rocket launcher near the border of Thailand. Thai gas station convenience store. That's a 7-Eleven. Store was hit by Cambodian rocket fire. 11 civilians and 1 soldier were killed. And the clashes, at least 31 people were injured. Open fire on us because they want our land. Oh, there you have it. They just say it. They just say it in simple terms. It's a land dispute. There you have it. Oh, shit. It's just like, oh, fuck, what is that? That's a bunch of artillery fire. The scary thing is, you don't know if one's gonna fucking land right on top of you. That's the scary thing. And you just hear that shit and you're just like, oh, fuck. YouTuber accused in Las Vegas Strip double murder says he's innocent on new evidence emerges.
41-year-old Manny Ruiz tells our camera he's innocent Thursday. Ruiz appearing in district court after a Clark County grand jury voted to indict him on murder charges. That grand jury shown this police body cam video. Which prosecutors say recorded the sound of gunshots fired from Ruiz's gun.
There it is. Boom.
Prosecutors also showing the panel more of that live stream, which shows 44-year-old Rodney Finley adjusting the camera moments before police say Ruiz shot and killed him and his wife, 43-year-old Tanisha Finley. In the aftermath, police say Ruiz left a trail of items behind. Photos showing the hat police say Ruiz was
trying
wearing,
to hide
officers
too.
finding it in a trash can at the Paris Hotel. This jersey located in a hallway, and this gun still in its holster framed next to a fence.
Let's just face the wall right here. We're just going to detain you real quick, okay?
A day after the shootings, Ruiz turned himself into police, claiming self-defense. These photos taken shortly after that arrest.
We are awaiting a decision from the committee that will determine if Ruiz should face
ditched
the
all
death
the
penalty
evidence.
should a jury
I'm pretty
convict
sure
him.
his
We should
prints are
learn
on it.
that the first week of August. At the Regional Justice Center, I'm David Sharns, 8 News Now.
And detectives say this feud between the two YouTubers started 2 years ago. Police say neither Rodney nor Tanisha Finley were armed.
8 days ago. What's this? House Ethics Committee declares AOC violated House rules, must pay a fine. Yeah, get fucked, bitch. Sucks for you. Violate ethics rule after she permissibly gifts during her appearance at the 20. Including her white dress. Oh, tax the rich. Impermissibly accepted a gift of free admission to the Met Gala. For her now fiance, Riley Roberts. There it is. Whoops. You shouldn't be doing that. Oopsie. Could be seen as bribery. $35,000 and failed to pay the full market price for some of the items she wore to the event. Through a probe found she did not intentionally violate ethics rules. She didn't pay. Investigation found Ocasio-Cortez coordinated with Met Gala staff to ensure she would not violate House rules, which the staff confirmed, and that Ocasio-Cortez was offered a guest ticket to attend, the committee said. Ocasio paid just over to dress, shoes, handbag, jewelry, wore to the event, and paid the remaining $2,700, sorry, to cover the fair market price of the items. Well, $2,730. In addition, $250 the price of a meal. Mike Casca, chief of staff, said in a statement he accepts the ruling and will remedy the remaining amounts as she's done at each step in this process. Basically, pay it. Uh-oh, apparently she violated the rules. Get slapped, bitch. Oh. Yeah, this guy should be put in jail right there.
U.S. Border Patrol has arrested a man who was on the FBI's wanted list for allegedly hurling concrete blocks at federal agents during the violent anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles in June. The moment in question was captured on video.
That's like assault with deadly weapon,
here.
because that rock can fuck you up.
Officials identified Elpidio Reyna as the masked brute in the clip. He was finally busted by agents on Wednesday at the U.S.-Mexico border. And to make the justice even sweeter,
you see how big that rock is? That's personal. That's bigger than the palm of his hand. You can literally use it to crush someone's skull, whack it against people.
Who was inside one of the vehicles damaged in the attack.
Use it as a
brave
law
enforcement officer who could have been killed in last month's dangerous and reckless attack. Asaili also released a video showing the arrest in which the downtrodden 39-year-old is hauled off in cuffs.
You're under arrest for assaulting federal agents.
Reyna had initially fled to Mexico after authorities blasted out images of him to track him down, authorities said. He was detained by Mexican authorities in the state of Sinaloa earlier this month, but later agreed to surrender to the FBI. Reyna was taken into custody at the San Isidro port of entry on a felony charge of assault on a federal officer, authorities said. To anyone who thinks they can attack federal officers and hide behind a mask or helmet, Reyna's arrest today proves we can find and charge anyone who violates federal law, Asaili said. While Attorney General Pamela Bondi also hailed the arrest.
Pamela Bondi?
You can run, but you can't hide.
Did you just say Pamela Bondi? Hold on.
While Attorney General Pamela Bondi also hailed.
Oh, Pamela. Sorry.
The arrest. Warning, you can run, but you can't hide.
Sorry, I'm tired. As you can see. Like, huh? Did you just say what I think you just said?
Now to some world news. The United States cuts Gaza ceasefire talk short, saying Hamas is showing a lack of desire to reach a truce.
This is happening as humanitarian conditions worsen in Gaza. Leah Bino is joining us from the Live Center this morning, tracking the very latest. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning. Yes, the U.S. negotiating team is leaving Qatar and returning home to discuss next steps. The ceasefire talks have been stalled over competing demands for ending the war. Israel says it will not agree to end the conflict until Hamas gives up power, and the militant group says it is prepared to leave power but not surrender its weapons. Now, this prompting U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to bring home the American mediators. Witkoff saying, in part, Hamas does not appear to be coordinated or acting in good faith. We will now consider alternative
have they ever
options
acted
to bring
in
the
good
hostages
faith?
home
No,
and try
they
to
have
create
never
a more
acted in
stable
good
environment
faith. Like,
for
what?
the people of Gaza. It is a shame that Hamas has acted
It's
in
even
this selfish way. State
the
Department
crazy
Principal
thing
Deputy
was is
spokesperson
that
Tommy
they
Pigott
even
further explaining
I'm
the
surprised they
United
even
States
gave
Israel
gave
has
some of
long
the
accepted the
hostages.
deal on the table, and Hamas has long rejected it. I mean, this is about, it's never been our commitment to a ceasefire. That's never been the question.
Right, they've been doing is parading and
ceasefire.
doing weird
The question has always
shit.
been with Hamas.
Right, staging
Israel
attacks
has also
and
withdrawn
stuff.
its negotiators. In response, Hamas said it was surprised by the State Department's remarks and is committed to more
Hurting
discussions.
their own
This comes as Israel's
hurting their own
blockade and military
citizenry.
offense have driven Gaza to the brink of famine. The UN Food Agency says nearly 100,000 women and children
food famine
are
going on
suffering
now.
from severe acute malnutrition. And the Gaza Health Ministry has reported a rise in hunger-related deaths. This comes less than a week after 85 Palestinians were killed while trying to reach food, marking the deadliest day for aid seekers
basically
in the
can
war.
only
Now,
give them,
yesterday,
like,
French
soup.
President Emmanuel Macron announced that France will
Liquid diet.
recognize Palestine as a state. As he says, he has grown increasingly angry over Israel's actions. Macron will formalize the decision at the U.S. General Assembly in September. More than 140 countries now recognize a Palestinian state, but France will be the largest power to do so. Now, today, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he will be holding an emergency call with officials from Germany and France to discuss how to get food to those in need and further the process to build lasting peace in that area. We, of course, will be watching and keep you updated.
All right,
Yeah, absolutely.
They
Okay,
also
very
have an
developing
issue
story.
of
Thank you, Leah.
not being able to properly refrigerated and everything. So it's like they have to give like perishable foods that won't spoil fast. So it's like, yeah. What do I got here? Full gaggle, Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney speaks. So yeah, they've been trying to get. She's been apparently talking.
Hey everybody, we finished for the day. We started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Ghislaine answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of
Wait,
her.
she
We're
didn't.
proud of how
She
the
didn't
process
plead
has
the
worked over
fifth.
the past day
Wow.
and a half. I
Holy
will say
shit!
this,
Last time she didn't fucking
she has
speak.
been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her
it's her.
petition
This
on
is her
Monday.
attorney.
Remember,
okay.
people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong.
Oh yeah, Ghislaine and
Remember,
Maxwell's
a
attorney. That's why he's
juror
saying
lied
all
to get
that.
onto
Sorry.
the jury.
Sully,
Admitted,
why are you
to
protecting-
lying
I forgot. This
to get
is her
onto jury.
attorney.
She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just
Well, I
trying
thought
to
she's
get
in a
through the
protected
process
cell
where we are now
or a protected
and get her
area of the
somewhere.
jail
So,
or jail
that's
or
where we are
whatever.
today.
Do you feel like you're going to get some relief as a result of the conversations you've had
in the last couple of days? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those
apparently
questions.
They say this is the first time she's been able
We don't
to
think this will affect her appeal. We're
but,
appealing on a very important
they said
ground,
she
which is
pleaded the fifth.
The government at the time promised
she didn't
her
talk when
that,
the first
Jeffrey Epstein,
deposition and everything
co-conspirators
happened.
would not be prosecuted, and so.
When they got her in the first
the
first time,
and I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government, and so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well.
Are you hoping for a new deal here?
I'm sorry? They asked about every possible thing you could imagine, everything.
Are you hoping for a new deal as a result of this?
I'm sorry?
Are you hoping?
Rip. Looks like she's gonna walk away.
We begin with breaking news from Tahunga. Federal authorities have served search warrants at a home tied to the Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil about an alleged cult.
Yes, several people were seen in handcuffs during the operation. KTLA5's Kimberly
Dancing
Chang
with the Devil
live now in
documentary.
Tahunga with details on the investigation. Kimberly.
What happened?
Hi, and just a few moments ago, we saw a caravan of vehicles leaving this property, 10 from what I could count. If you take a look behind me, you can see the gate is knocked down. This is on the 7700 block of McGroarty Street in Tahunga. It was raided earlier this morning. This is where a search warrant was served. Now, take a look. Sky 5 overhead this morning, and we could see several people apparently being detained on the property. Now, sources confirmed to me that this property is owned by Robert Shin and is the same home featured in a Netflix documentary called Dancing for the Devil. It's also well known among neighbors who told me that more than a year ago, flyers were passed around letting them know about the serious allegations involved and telling them to look up that information. Now, neighbors say early this morning they saw a large law enforcement presence. They say authorities broke through the gate to enter. The FBI, sheriff's personnel were part of this operation. And according to El Monte Police, the search warrant was served and involved allegations of tax evasion, sex trafficking, mail fraud, and money laundering. The Postal Service and FBI are leading this investigation. Now, it's not clear if there's a connection, but the home, as I mentioned, was featured in a Netflix documentary called Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult, which focuses on TikTok dancers who join a management company and its associated church. The film accuses Shin of running a cult via his talent management company 7M Films, as well as his church, Shekinah Church, where he serves as a pastor. Last year, 7M Films denied the allegations in the film and called the documentary a slanderous work of fiction and said the company was taking legal action. Earlier, we spoke with a former dancer from the documentary. Take a listen.
To facilitate
We're very
a
happy.
agency,
I mean,
a dance agency.
It's been a long time
shit.
coming. And we
ad
hope that
agency.
justice is served, and that
they
people responsible for hurting
they
a
went
lot
like
of people,
3 layers into this shit.
you know,
Holy
over
fuck.
the years, end up in jail.
Now, an attorney representing plaintiffs who sued Shin sent KTLA a statement saying, in part, regarding this search warrant, we are gratified that the federal government is investigating Robert Shin and look forward to our clients and his victims receiving the justice they deserve. She said the trial is set to begin October 27th. And back here live again, you are looking at gate which was knocked down during this raid earlier this morning. Again, several vehicles left the property. We haven't seen much activity since. At this point, it's not clear how many people were arrested. We have reached out to the FBI for comment and more information, and we'll let you know when we hear back. For now, reporting live in Tahunga, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Tie and with the social media element, right? Man, they're going deep. Maxwell's birthday booklet for Epstein reveals big names including Trump and Clinton.
Good evening. I'm Dee Dee Gatton, and we begin here with the Department of Justice saying it has interviewed Jeffrey Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. This meeting comes amid continued momentum for transparency in Epstein's criminal cases. Let's get straight over to Ryan Smith at the live desk with the latest. Ryan.
A lot happening throughout the day. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says he will now return for a second interview with Ghislaine Maxwell tomorrow. No concrete details so far released from that meeting today in Tallahassee, Florida. Maxwell's attorney seen here arriving this morning, telling reporters outside it was a productive meeting and did not once invoke a privilege, answering all questions to the best of her ability.
There were a lot of questions and we went all day, and she answered every one of them. She never just said, I'm not going to answer, never declined. You know, this is the first time the government has asked questions.
The DOJ now seeking information on anyone who may have committed crimes tied to Jeffrey Epstein's years-long child sex scandal. Many, though, now pointing to credibility issues, of course, with Ghislaine Maxwell, as she is now serving 20 years for her role in that child sex trafficking operation. Now, President Trump responding here tonight, once again accusing Democrats of creating the, quote, Jeffrey Epstein scam to distract from his accomplishments. He goes on to say he does hope to see the grand jury files released soon. The Wall Street Journal tonight reporting that former President Bill Clinton submitted his own letter for the birthday book Maxwell created for Epstein back in 2003. Both he and Trump were listed in the Friends category, as reports indicate.
Friends
Trump is
category.
now suing the Journal for its reporting on his alleged birthday letter to Epstein. An attorney now representing hundreds of Epstein's victims, urging Congress to subpoena his estate, saying that is how they can obtain a copy of that book.
Give us the information, motherfuckers.
I'm interested in your reasoning for this data. We're seeing a mass exodus from states like California. Close to 700,000 people have left California since 2023.
It's true.
They've moved to
It's true.
states like Florida, Tennessee, Texas, and some of the reasons obviously are economic, lower taxes, perhaps less crime, but other underlying issues that we're not detecting here. Why do you think the reason for this is? Same phenomenon is happening from New York.
For sure.
People leaving
Especially
and
in
going to those
California,
red
politicians
states.
crap.
Look, when Mamdani and Newsom say, hey, where are they going to go? Yeah, bro. We see where they're going to go. They're going to go to Texas. They're going to go to Tennessee. They're going to go to Florida. And they have. Obviously, look, an advantage of there's a lot of advantage having money. Money is a good thing, right? One of the advantages, it gives you mobility. You could pick up and you can leave. You're not tied to one place. Look, I'll tell you a quick story about why people are leaving. Look, I own a property in Los Angeles. I'm a former Californian, Los Angelino. And I want the entire push for the city was for higher density in housing. They want to take single family homes and they want to convert them to apartment buildings. So of course I want to do that. It's more profitable for me to tear down the single family home that I rent and build an apartment building. But they make it so difficult for me to do what they want me to do because they want me to create higher density, but they don't want to make money. They want to put me through
they
the
want you to
ringer.
make
They
babies.
Put me through
They want you
2
to push
years
out
of
babies.
regulations and expense to do it. And guess what? I'm not doing it.
They
'cause
want
it's
you to
not
take out
worth
welfare. They want you to do criminal activity.
Well, that is the problem. I mean, it's also a problem of a one-party state, isn't it? The Democrats just rule supreme across California, across the major cities, and their policies are radical. And all they've done,
192
despite
companies
supposedly
exited
pushing
by
for greater
2020.
equity, is to have a greater gap between the rich and poor. And it's not, I think, just the uber rich who are leaving states like California and New York. I think a lot of people struggling to live, struggling to pay their bills are also looking elsewhere for a
there's
better
a
life.
homeless epidemic too.
No question about it. Why would you want to, if you're just trying to get by and of course you're the middle class, right? Why are you going to, how could you afford or want to spend $5,000 a month in rent in Los Angeles, right? And not even like in a great place in Los Angeles. When
Correct.
you can move to Texas and Houston and Dallas and literally pay $2,000 a month for the same place. It doesn't make sense. And of course, yes, you don't have to be rich to have mobility. You just need an ability to find a job somewhere else. And thank God this country allows for people to move around when they want to. And they're finding themselves saving money and having a better quality of life, not just economically, but for quality of life in terms of crime, right? And in terms of dirt and homelessness. They're making that move because life is just easier and better in a lot of these red states.
Absolutely. And you know what? As long as they don't take their voting habits with them to these red states, it's all good. Let them go where they want to go. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for your time tonight.
There you have it. What do we got here? Who could have seen this coming? Kansas City's zero fare bus program ends in failure. Been deemed unsustainable.
Kansas City was the first major city in the U.S. to implement a policy like
Sounds like
this,
that,
and now that
that
experiment
shit that
is
they were
coming
trying
to
to
an
build
end
in
almost
California.
5 years later. In April, Kansas City's City Council decided that they're going to return to paid fares once again, and that will happen this October. And that's because of one unavoidable reason: money. The program originally cost $9 million to launch, but as ridership grew, so did the bill.
The challenge is financial. Ideally, when you're looking at the total cost that we potentially could lose in a year, we've calculated it costs us upwards of $18 million a year. We are not bringing in.
This is quite a shock. On
Yeah,
the other
who
hand,
knew?
It's not surprising in the least.
Meanwhile, New York City is considering a much bigger move. City Council member Zohran Mamdani wanted to eliminate bus fares citywide, something no other city has done at this scale. Last year, he piloted the idea on 5 MTA bus routes, and when he did that, ridership jumped. It increased 30% on weekdays and 38% on weekends, according to the MTA.
All those
the result
buses.
of that pilot was that ridership was up, and conflicts and assaults with bus operators are down. So that's a big achievement.
But the price tag is staggering. The New York City Independent Budget Office estimates going fare free would cost $650 million a year in a system that's already under financial strain.
Look,
Correct.
here's the
We're gonna
thing.
be fine.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, it's like whatever Memdani is saying, right? There's already people who've already done shit like he's saying. Yeah, right. It doesn't. They don't go well. So it's like, why does anything he say gonna be any different when he's just gonna he's gonna fall into the same fucking issues?
Can a president sue a media outlet? Can a president sue a media outlet for libel and win? President Trump is trying to find out. President Trump is no stranger to filing lawsuits against media outlets, but he's never won, only settled before a verdict, if not seen his case dismissed. The last president to successfully sue a media outlet was Teddy Roosevelt in 1913. President Trump most recently sued the Wall Street Journal, Rupert Murdoch, and several others for $10 billion for defamation. He's also recently settled lawsuits with ABC News and CBS News, which the president considers a victory in its own right.
I mean, it technically is, right? He got them to pay out. That's technically a win.
Both on behalf of public figures and the media.
You do have what seems to me a strategy, a purposeful strategy of trying to.
Also, it's the language you use. That's why they got tagged, right? If they didn't mischaracterize the shit that they said, right, then they would have been fine. But they mischaracterized what happened, so that's why they got tagged.
Results, and he has.
The president has said he wants to make it easier to successfully sue press organizations.
Also,
the
judge could have ruled in the favor of
case, the New
in
York
the
Times
favor
versus
of
Sullivan.
the news media
That
outlets,
granted journalists some of the
possibly.
world's strongest legal
Right, who knows?
protections and puts the
But yeah, it
burden
would have
of
to go
proof
to
on the
a trial,
plaintiff.
right?
Prior to that decision, All that a public figure had to do was to show that.
But yeah, since there was a settlement, they were like, yeah, we're just
was
gonna not.
negligent
We're not
in
gonna push
publishing
it.
a false statement. In the advent of New York Times versus Sullivan, however, the standard has changed, and now a public figure has to show not only the ordinary elements of a defamation case, that there was a false statement of fact that defamed him or her and did him or her damage, but now that public figure has to show that the publisher, published with actual malice.
The president is no stranger to suing the media. He or his businesses have filed 20 media or defamation cases since announcing his first presidential campaign. He's estimated to have filed 4,000 lawsuits throughout his lifetime.
Shit.
He may also have some well-positioned
4,000.
allies if he does try to overturn Sullivan. Supreme Court Justices Clarence Thomas and Neil Gorsuch
That's a lot
have
of
shown
paperwork.
support for overturning the ruling.
Man, you
Robbins
fucking
also
and you
pointed
say
to another
fucking money
argument
doesn't
to
grow on
overturn
trees, right?
Sullivan.
Jesus.
The drastic change
Look at all
in the
that
media
fucking
landscape
paper.
since the 1960s, even since the signing of the Constitution.
The First Amendment was enacted at a time when we were talking about small mom and pop printers. We no longer have that. We have massive multi-billion-dollar conglomerates with a huge amount of power and the power easily to destroy someone's reputation.
Robbins says that journalists these
Especially
days have
these
a lot to worry
mainstream
about.
right,
Producing
news
content
outlets.
in a 24/7 news cycle.
Right, they have so
worrying
much
about
fucking
clicks
pull and power to
shares,
like
and that
destroy
can lead
someone's
to
reputation
mistakes,
in a
which
fucking
could
heartbeat.
become big legal problems if Sullivan is overturned. You can read legal reporter Ava Federley's full report by downloading the Straight Arrow News mobile app today or going to san.com.
Right, just look at what happens when a company gets in the eyes of Bloomberg or some shit. Right, as soon as Bloomberg News talks about some of the companies that try to like stay away from the public eye, they fucking fold, man.
Truth be told, I'm unable to come up with anything redeeming about Mr. Koberger because his grotesque acts of evil have buried and hidden anything that might have been good or intrinsically human about him. His actions have made him the worst of the
No,
worst.
apparently they're saying he's just a fucking
Even in pleading
psycho.
guilty, he is giving nothing hinting of remorse or redemption.
What we got here? Link in the description. Suicide Hotline, how can I help you? I'd like to place an order. Oh, fucking Jesus. Yeah, it's Obama. Tulsi. Oh yeah, because Tulsi was like leaking out information about Obama. Not really leaking out information, but just talking about Obama. He got slapped. He finally got taken. They found him.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence
Oh, she
of
fucking-
Hillary's, quote,
what the fuck?
psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled
She
fits
crashing
of
out.
anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Oh yeah, looks like she was having issues right there. She was like drunk or something. Yeah, they know about the tranquilizers. She's doing too many drugs. There goes Stephen Colbert. Woo. Deadly
Breaking
shooting.
news in Whittier, a homicide investigation underway after a man is found shot inside a vehicle.
Let's get right to KTLA's Mike Case. He's overhead in Sky 5. Gil.
It's Mike. Well, you know, as any investigation, especially a shooting, this has been going on for about 4.5 hours now. The original 911 call came in about 11:05 this morning. Whittier police responding to the area of Pickering, just north of Penn Street, of a shots fired call. They discovered a victim seated in a vehicle, we believe a pickup truck. He was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics.
Oh, yeah, what's today?
Of course, Whittier rolled out their investigators. They don't have a description of a suspect or a suspect vehicle. We also notice there's no perimeter involved here, so we don't believe that they have found out any other information about whether this was self-inflicted or somebody else was involved. They've set up a small command post and a crime scene here on Pickering, just about a block north of Penn Street, and this is all happening just north of Whittier Boulevard. Again, a shooting occurred, no suspect description or perimeter involved here in Whittier. We get more information on this, we'll pass it along to you. Mike Case up, Sky 5 HT over Whittier. Back to you.
There it is.
This news out of Milwaukee is sending shockwaves.
It is sending shockwaves to shoppers all throughout southeast Wisconsin.
5 Pick and Save stores across southeastern Wisconsin would close.
A Pick and Save spokesperson saying this closure is part of a larger company-wide decision to run more efficiently and ensure long-term health of our business.
This will no doubt be a burden on the stomach.
It's going to be not only a financial burden, but
Damn.
burden
the Pick and
on
Save's
the
gone.
spirit and the stomach.
Where is we gonna go? We're gonna have to go towards that way or all the way up that way or further that way.
The community got together to brainstorm.
Our community deserves a grocery store. That was the message at this emergency town hall Monday.
I thought it was
Basically,
convenient.
Milwaukee
That's why I
doesn't have
moved
any
over here
more
close by
grocery
it.
stores, I guess.
Now they're taking it away.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores in black and brown neighborhoods. Metcalf Park is in the center of Milwaukee. Our community deserves a grocery store.
The community members here outraged over the closure of the 35th and Meineke Pick and Save location. The store and pharmacy's last day, July 18th.
We deserve more than July 18th. We deserve more than that. Folks are also talking about starting multiple co-op grocery stores because we don't just need one grocery store, we need multiple so that we can have healthy, safe, thriving communities.
That sounds pretty good. Sounds like you guys are going to be all right. Let's take a look at what the Brain Trust came up with.
Community members drafted action plans at the emergency town hall meeting with ideas like demanding the store stay open beyond July 18th and encouraging others to boycott the grocery chain.
Call for boycott starting on July 18th, no 14th. Boycott all stores, every single store on the planet?
What?
Or just grocery stores? Oh, whatever. Petition.
I think petition, yeah.
Looks like they're going to recruit some help here from the Party for Socialism and Liberation.
Oh, God.
What is the Party for Socialism and
No.
Liberation?
Oh, you don't
for
want
the planet
that.
to live. Capitalism must end.
Oh, Jesus.
The Party
no.
for Socialism and Liberation believes that the only solution
No,
to the deep
they're
crisis of
communists.
capitalism
They're
is the
socialists,
socialist
man.
transformation of society.
You don't want these
Imperialist war,
people?
deepening unemployment and poverty,
Oh, no,
deteriorating
they said
healthcare, housing and
imperialist
education,
war.
racism, discrimination, and violence based
Oh,
on gender and
shit.
sexual orientation, environmental destruction, all are inevitable products of the capitalist system itself.
Huh?
Okay, yes, I'm sure
What?
that they can
That doesn't make
somehow
any
help
sense.
with your grocery store problem. For actions to take,
So
in
you're just
particular,
putting
take a
the
look
blame
at
on one system,
rally,
but not yourself.
because that's
Okay.
exactly what they do.
I see.
When do we want it? Now! They want justice and they want it now? They want a grocery store, not justice. Are they this committed to dumb slogans?
It was the
Yeah,
last day
this
for the
happens
Pick
all
and
the
Save
time
right near
nowadays.
35th and
I don't know
North,
what
the
the
one
fuck
of
is
the 5
happening.
grocery stores. The parent
It's like
company Kroger
they
is
don't
closing
know
in the
how to
Milwaukee
pick
area.
their slogans or something.
Food security and accessibility are among the concerns for this group of people.
Fight for food justice. It's like they want
What
everyone to
the
root against them.
As stores officially close, families
What
are
the
now
fuck
left
is
wondering
fight for
where to
food
go
justice?
Affordable food, food for our community, food for our families, food period. How are we going to survive?
Yeah, it just sounds like you guys were just robbing that store. What? I don't even know what the fuck just happened there.
When did the left become so...
No, let's not watch that yet.
I have hair.
Okay. That's gonna be it for the quick news. Give a like and subscribe to all this resources, or to the sources. And yeah, thanks for watching.